Hello everyone, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. Group accuses Northern Governor of sponsoring #revolution_now. A coalition of northern groups, CNG, has vowed to expose a northern governor from the northwest who is said masterminded the northern version of #revolutionary protests and anti-Kaba demonstrations earlier held in the region. It disclosed that the governor sponsored the protests to cause chaos in order to avenge his defeat in his quest to be named a principal officer in the presidency. A statement by the spokesman, Abdulaziz Suleiman, noted that unlike the botched #revolution now initiated in the southwest, its concept in the north was ideologically different. The group argued that the protest was only aimed at promoting the 2023 political agenda of certain northern politicians by using other individuals as scapegoats. We advise the Northwest governor involved in this unpatriotic plan to stop the plans forthwith. Otherwise, we would not hesitate to expose him and his mischievous plans. Our attention was drawn to reports that a certain fake, fringe, and obscure Joint Northern Action Front is mobilizing the North to revive the violent #revolution now in the northern part of the country. The revolution now was rejected by the North in view of its pronounced sinister intention of forcibly overthrowing the current democratic government in the country, the statement raised. The coalition pointed out that it was surprising and suspicious that any group of people should for any intent and purposes attempt to resurrect the dead revolution, particularly in the north. The CJN hereby distanced itself from such unpatriotic moves and restates its call for all Northerners to remain resolute in rejecting any attempt to drag them into any dangerous movement in whatever guise. We wish to remind the North of the experience to retain its position as bulwark of respect, integrity, dignity, decorum, tradition, decency, morality, civilization, etiquette, good behavior, politeness, accommodation, and other positive traits that include civil approach to situations, the statement added. The group also urged that while the entire country was convinced about the existence of a cabal with a lot of influence on President Muhammadu Buhari and his policies, it believes that the issue should not be the major focus to call for violent confrontation as suggested by organizers of the protest. It urged fellow Northerners who have been misled into accepting to be part of this protest to be more patriotic and reconsider their position, bearing in mind how Libya was brought to its present situation. As so guys, you have heard the stand of this CNG, this Abdulaziz Suleiman. One thing I discover is that, in every region or in every community, you have different people with a different opinion and you have different groups, that will believe in different things. You know, uh, this issue of a revolution now protest, it has taken different dimensions and it has really divided everyone, and no one is really focusing on the attention, the real things that, the things that are being listed by this the convener of this protest. Everything being listed, nobody's just even talking about those things, and those are the main thing. But now they have turned it and they have twisted it to a lot of things so that the masses will continue to be divided. I could remember I made a video concerning some northern group, in support of this protest, and they said their major reason was that the Kaaba and the way the president has been handling the economy or the governance of the country. But like I said, everybody has reason for coming out or for saying, okay, things are not in good shape, because a lot of things are not really in good shape. You could even understand the ministers that were just sworn in yesterday. Just check through all their portfolios. You will just nod your head that where do we go? Where do we go again? Somebody was talking about the minister for Niger Delta, and somebody who is going to be working under the minister of Niger Delta. We have state and we have a minister for Niger Delta, and you could just try to relate when you talk about a fight against corruption. The same Keyamu that was really on top of a Akpabio's case, when they say he has some case with the EFCC and all of that, it is the same Akpabio they are putting in that position, or in having that portfolio, and the same Keyamu that is going to be reporting to the same Akpabio. So you can just see that a lot of things are not just even going well, and people are really hiding from the truth. Just like the way they would say, restructuring means different things to different people. Okay, you, the government, that you think that a lot of people don't understand the restructuring, then what is your own definition of restructuring? And that is how they have just make mess of the whole thing, and nobody is even talking about it, strongly, the way it came, from the beginning, the way, people were really clamoring for it. They just try to water everything down. So what I believe is that every faction, everybody just believe, oh, it is this, it is this. A lot of things that they've used in destabilizing us, the masses. And at the end of the day, that is what the leaders are using to thrive. They are using it to get their own benefits. I don't even know how to put it. So whether people support it, whether people don't support it, we all have one common problem. It might not even be one, but we all have common problems. When you talk of electricity, you talk of economy, you talk of insecurity, you talk of, the way the environment is looking altogether. You see that the masses, they are sharing the same, I don't know whether it is the same goal or the same experience, the same thing, but we try to water all of those things down. That is what I believe. We are all facing the same problems, but we cannot just run away from it. But this idea of when it comes to my person, even if my person is doing the wrong thing, it's not, no, let us not talk about it. How can we talk about it? What of other people? What of other people? When your people or your person is doing something that is not wrong, you need to stand, that irrespective of whatever, it could be painful, it could hurt you, but just stand for that thing, so that even when you are talking about other people too, people will know that even when it came to your own issue, or when it came to your own people, you were able to stand for the truth. Not that, oh, it is our son, it is our daughter, oh, let us rally around the person, and the person is doing the wrong thing. So others, when it comes to their own turn, you will not be able to say anything, and that is when integrity comes in. Integrity means irrespective of how the thing affects you, you still stand by the truth. Not that you are going to be sentimental. People that are being sentimental, let them continue. It's when people talk about this integrity, it's not something that most of the time you just get the benefits, or you get the gain. Even in most times, you get backlashed, you get all manner of insults. You people call you all manner of names, but in the end, it pays. In the short run, it might not pay, but that is what a lot of people don't really want to go through. That, okay, who integrity help? See people that are doing the awkward things, people that are doing the things that are not okay. They are getting away. They are getting away with that. And me, that I'm even doing the right thing. See where I am and all of that. And that is why we are here. But most importantly, let the government, because they are the ones that will even lead all of these things. But if the government is not doing the right thing, if the government is being seen as being biased, as being nepotic, people are seeing all of those things. They might not be able to come to you. They might not be able to challenge you the way they ought to, because you are in power. But what is paramount and what is pertinent is that one day you are going to leave that place. We know the likes of the people who were in government and now see the way they are talking now. But the question people will be asking, when you were there, what difference did you really make? Because if you had laid the foundation very strongly, some of them will tell you that they laid the foundation. But if the foundation is strong, definitely people will follow the system. We don't have system, in place. We are not systemic in most of these things, and that is why somebody will just come and do some things abnormally, and they want to go away with it, and they want to try to to twist the whole thing. You can imagine the president coming out saying that he doesn't need to present a certificate before contesting. We don't even know what we are talking about. And one of the elites was like, oh, even professors working under this government, a lot of them have even turned illiterate because they tend to be on the same pedestal with even the person that is leading you. They say if a blind man is leading you, where do you can't see more than that blind person. That is just the way it is naturally. So if we all say, oh, it is not my business, if we all say, oh, it is because of it is not some people initiated this plan, or some people initiated this protest, and at the end, in the long run, they had to twist the whole thing. Oh, it's revolution, somebody want to overthrow the government, just like this CNG is talking about that the plan is to overthrow the government. And they say, oh, remember Libya, remember South Sudan. What of other countries that it's not even, nobody's talking of violence, nobody's talking of war. People are even talking of protests. Even the protests that that took place on the 5th of this month, what happened? They still maltreated the people. They arrested some people. So what do we call those that kind of a thing? Is that was it violence? So this idea of not letting people to talk. No, if you talk, oh, you are not getting, you are corrupt, you are not getting free money. You are not getting free money. But the same people, almost most of the people, that are now ministers now. Most of them have one corrupt charges against them with the EFCC. So what are we talking about? Are they fighting corruption? The people that are supporting this government, they are fighting corruption. Just see their likes. You know all of them. You know all of them. The ones that are even heading one ministry or the other, from all these ministers. Check them. So what are we talking about? Are we really fighting corruption? No. So we should stop all of this sentiment. When something is not good, it is not good. If it's bad, let us say it is bad. You don't there's no two names, there's no two ways about it. So guys, that is just my own opinion concerning the stand of this CNG. They are saying one governor from the north is trying to bring another version of this revolution now protest and all of that. So everybody should just, you have to behave, in an appropriate manner. But the so-called government, they don't do that, because if the head is not good, then what happens to the rest of the body? It won't be okay. You will expect the masses, you expect the people to behave themselves, and the people leading us, they are not doing the right thing. They are not even showing examples of what the masses need to follow. So guys, I would like to stop here. I don't even know what your take is going to look like or going to be, but I would like you to put down your comments in the comment section. Thank you very much for always listening. Bye.